Hi, this is Funkagenda and you're listening to Evo and RST.
Good morning and greetings, Mr. Funkagenda. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thanks indeed. Now, Funkagenda, before we talk about all things present, if I may, let me take you back to your younger years, and can you tell us how you got into dance music?
It was kind of a bit of an accident, really. I mean, like, I got into the music. At the time, I was sort of in a jazz band, and I was, doing a lot of sort of gigs, sort of playing piano and whatever. And I started to hear sort of like drum and bass and all that kind of stuff that was coming through sort of in the mid-90s. And I don't know, the rhythms and stuff got me really sort of like excited, really interested, and I started to sort of get my hands on a few bits and bobs. I didn't really know where to buy it from, and I didn't really know anything about record decks or anything at that point, but I started to just lay my hands on bits and bobs on my CD and started to kind of work out how it was, how it was put together, and I guess that was kind of the start of it, like, and then I got into all the early stuff like Guy Called Gel and all that kind of business, and I don't know, I guess it just turned into a bit of a love affair from that point on.
Okay, cool. On from there, you went on to climb the ranks and you made a real good name for yourself, Funkagenda. Then Mr. Mark Knight popped in that call. Do tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a crazy one, that one, actually. I was doing some engineering work for a guy called James Allgate, he's actually the head of the Angel Music Group, sort of God's Kitchen and all those kind of things. But we were really good mates, and he wanted to get into writing tunes. And I was doing a little bit of engineering work for him, and we did a couple of tracks that both got signed to Toolroom Records. And at that point, Mark was putting out a Saturday Sessions EP for Ministry of Sound, and he needed to get it finished pretty quickly, and he kind of liked the sound that James was getting on the stuff I was doing for him, so he got my phone number off James. He kind of gave me a call to book some time with me, and like, I was a little bit starstruck, to be honest, because like I was really into Mark's stuff at the time, and so then suddenly I got this phone call, and it was just like, oh, it's Mark Knight, and I was just like, and I thought it was like one of my friends having a joke on me or something, but I mean, it turned out to actually be him, so and it kind of just went on from there, really. I mean, like, the EP was really good, and he liked how quickly we could get stuff together, so he sort of kept coming back, and I don't know, I mean, like, ever since it's just kind of turned into a friendship, and we just, we enjoy making tracks, so.
Fantastic, and no looking back. Now, Funkagenda, you've become even more prominent in the scene owing to your amazing production skills. If I may be cheeky, can you expose that secret formula for us?
I don't know. I don't really have one. Like, I'm really kind of picky about what I do anyway. And when I do tracks, if I don't think a track is going the way I want it to go, I tend to just kind of like scrap it and start again. And it's a little bit of a pain, and it can get really sort of it can get really upsetting at times when you'll spend 3 or 4 days trying to get things together and just keep scrapping the ideas. But then when you do get an idea and you roll with it, it's a really good one. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like, I try to make sure that I only really run with ideas that I'm kind of certain about. Although then again, whenever I put stuff out, like after 2 or 3 weeks, I decide I don't like it anyway. So I'm really critical of myself. And I don't know, I guess maybe that helps as well. Like, kind of being overcritical about stuff just kind of forces me to try and get the best out of things.
A perfectionist at heart.
Yeah, isn't the right word, because I don't think I've actually managed to reach perfection yet, but one day, maybe.
Well, I'm sure many will beg to differ, Funkagenda. Now, while I've got you in the studio, I'm keeping you here, and can you tell me what your essential plugin is, please?
I don't know. I mean, like, I love all my plugins. I've got so many favourites that I go to, and they all kind of sort of good for different things. I mean, I guess, like, if it's down to synths that I use, like, I probably use Native Instruments Massive more than anything else. That or Fab Filter Twin, both of those are kind of like my favourite sort of go-to synthesizers if I'm after kind of like basic analog sounds, because they're amazing. The Fab Filter one's ridiculous. Like, the routing possibilities are so insane. I mean, you can literally just bend things out of all recognition. I mean, it really is amazing. And if it were like, if we're talking about off-board, but like, I'm kind of like more like effects, you know, delays and reverbs and stuff. I think my favourite one at the moment is the Lexicon reverb, the plate version of the Lexicon reverb. It just sounds sickeningly good. I mean, really, like, sickeningly good. You know, the tail is perfect. It's crystal. It's the Lexicon. I mean, you know, I haven't got 30 grand to drop on a real Lexicon, so the plug-in will do me just fine.
Appreciate your honesty. Now, you're playing at the legendary Southwest 4 party in August. What else is happening in Funkagenda's world?
Wow, all sorts. Well, I mean, you've just caught me about to depart on yet another US tour. This will be my fifth one this year, actually. I've been pretty much every month since the start of the year, and I'm going again. So I said, like, the US is a really hot place right now, and you know, the parties are just insane. So, you know, I'm keeping sort of plugging away at that, but also, you know, at the same time trying to balance that with the studio sort of world. You know, like, I've got a new EP in the pipeline with Mark, which we're just kind of trying to get finished for the summer, and that's sounding really good. A little bit different for us, not the sort of thing that you usually expect us to do, because we want it. We've done Antidote already this year, and that was that kind of big club banger. So we wanted to do something a little bit different and, you know, switch it up. So that's kind of what we've done. And yeah, I mean, other stuff. I'm finishing a track off with Chris Lake. I've started a track with Adam Kay. You know, so I'm really sort of working on those sort of things, and just gigging. You know, I mean, like, the summer's such an amazing time for gigs. You know, I'm doing We Love Sundays at Space throughout the summer. I've got 6 dates there, so it's going to be nice to be closing the terrace every time, and, you know, just playing out in the open. There's so much stuff going on, and, you know, it's all so exciting. I sort of get lost if I start talking about it.
No worries at all, no more pressure, and of course you are going to be at the Southwest 4 party in August.
Well, exactly. I mean, great thing is as well, like, because last year, like, I got to do, I did, like, Global Gathering, and I did Creamfields, but then I spoke to so many people who've gone down and did Southwest 4, and I was really gutted that I hadn't been there. And then this year, when I got the news that I was going to be doing it, I was like, oh, it's great, because obviously it's London, so it's so close to where I live as well. It's going to be a really nice day out. I'll actually be able to enjoy the festival rather than spending half the day travelling.
Completely understood. Now, I know you're busy all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but if there's some downtime for Funkagenda, how does he get down?
Sometimes I play video games. I'm not like sort of hardcore into it. Like, what normally happens is I'll find one game that I really like, and then I'll just get lost in it for about a month until I complete it, and then I'll just won't touch it again for a year. So I've been playing Heavy Rain recently, and that's kind of got me a little bit engrossed, but I haven't had a lot of spare time, so I kind of do that, and obviously listen to music, and I quite like running as well. Like, I go running a lot. I've just signed up for the Great South Run later in the year. I think it's October, which we'll be doing for charity. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of pretty much it now. I don't get much downtime sitting on planes.
That's what I was just going to say, and you're very lucky to be a part of the Mile High Club. Okay, without further ado, Mr. Funkagenda, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, and we look forward to seeing you at Southwest 4.
Yeah, no, you too, and yeah, please do come and say hi.
www.evo and rst.com